Good morning students. In previous video we will discuss different types of meristematic tissues based on their location. So based on location, apical meristematic tissues are three types: apical, intercalary and lateral. So apical meristematic tissues are again two different types. If apical meristematic tissue present at shoot apex, that is called shoot apical meristem. If apical meristematic tissue present at root apex, then it is known as root apical meristem. So apical meristematic tissues. Apical meristematic tissues are two types: SAM and RAM. SAM, shoot apical meristem. Shoot apical meristem. And RAM, root apical meristem. Root apical meristem. So these are the two different types of apical meristematic tissues. So first discuss the shoot apical meristem. Shoot apical meristem. In short form, it is also known as SAM. 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 So this is the diagram of shoot apical meristem. Just I draw the only outer line of the shoot apical meristem. This is the shoot apical meristem. This is the shoot apical meristem. And usually shoot apical meristem present internally. It is present internally at apical and auxiliary buds. Apical और auxiliary buds के internally अगर आप देखा जाएगा तो ये shoot apical meristem दिखा जाएगा. And this is the leaf primordia. It is leaf primordia. And this shoot apical meristem, the shoot apical meristem was protected by young leaves, and these young leaves are called leaf primordia. And for the time period for the formation of two successive leaf primordia. Initially, this leaf primordia is developed after some time, and this is the formation of two successive leaf primordia. There is some time period required, and this time gap between the formation of two successive leaf primordia is known as plastochrone. The time period required for the formation of two successive leaf primordia is known as plastochrone. So during this time, there are number of developmental changes occur, and these changes are also called plastochrone developmental changes. Plastochrone developmental changes. And the shoot apical meristem internally it is dome or conical shape. It has dome or conical shape. And this shoot apical meristem was explained by various hypotheses. And the two important hypotheses or theories are tunica carpus theory. This is the first theory, and second one is histogen hypothesis. So these are the two important theories or two important hypotheses which explain shoot apical meristem. And the most accepted hypothesis is tunica carpus regarding shoot apical meristem. Why? Now we will discuss. And this tunica carpus hypothesis was proposed by Smith. Tunica carpus theory was proposed by Smith. And according to tunica carpus theory of Smith, and this shoot apical meristem, the shoot apical meristem has two parts. Outer part is outer tunica and inner carpus. And this is the outer region. The outer region of shoot apical meristem is known as tunica, and the inner region of shoot apical meristem is known as carpus. This is the outer region, and this outer region is known as tunica, and this is the inner region, and the inner region is also made up of various different size of large sized cells. And this inner region and this inner region is known as corpus. So according to tunica carpus theory, the shoot apical meristem has outer tunica and inner corpus. The outer tunica is made up of single layer of cells. Only one layer of cells are present. So the tunica is also known as unilayer. And the cells of tunica usually smaller than cells of corpus. The cells of tunica is smaller than cells of corpus. And the cells of tunica undergo anticlinal divisions. Anticlinal divisions means oblique divisions to form protoderm. So this is one of the internal tissue. The cells of tunica is smaller than cells of corpus, and tunica is unilayer. The cells of tunica undergo anticlinal divisions to form a special internal tissue which is known as protoderm, and protoderm later give rise to epidermis. If you observe the internal portion of root, stem and leaves, and the internal structure of root, stem and leaves, they are made up of various tissues, and all vegetative organs internally it has epidermis as protective layer. That is the outermost layer. The outermost layer of root, stem and leaves is known as epidermis, and epidermis actually it is originated from protoderm. So protoderm give rise, it is originated from cells of tunica according to Smith. Next, corpus. The inner region of shoot apical meristem is known as corpus, and the cells of corpus is larger than cells of tunica, and cells of corpus is multi-layered. So it has many layers of cells, and the cells of corpus undergo both anticlinal and periclinal divisions. Oblique divisions and horizontal divisions to form two important internal tissues, and these two internal tissues are ground tissue and prochimerium. And this ground tissue later give rise to different internal tissues like cortex. Cortex present below the epidermis, then endodermis and pericycle. So all these tissues are developed or originated from ground tissue, and prochimerium later give rise to xylem, phloem, medulla and medullary rays. So all they are internal tissues of roots, stem and leaves. And according to tunica carpus theory, all these tissues are originated from both tunica and corpus. And tunica carpus theory is well accepted theory regarding shoot apical meristem, because this theory explained plane of divisions, how these tissues are divided to form the permanent internal tissues. So this is the tunica carpus theory. And second one is histogen hypothesis. Histogen hypothesis was proposed by Hansteen. It was proposed by Hansteen. And according to Hansteen, this shoot apical meristem has 3 histogens. And what are the 3 histogens? That is dermatogen, this is periblim, and this is plerome. According to histogen hypothesis of Hansteen, the shoot apical meristem has 3 tissues or 3 histogens, and their histogens are dermatogen, periblim and plerome. And this dermatogen later give rise to epidermis, and periblim later give rise to hypodermis, cortex, endodermis and pericycle. So all these tissues are produced by peribulum. Later plerome give rise to xylem, phloem, medulla and medullary rays. So all these tissues are produced by plerome. So both tunica carpus and tunica carpus suria and estrogen hypothesis explain the same thing. But tunica carpus suria is most accepted because that was explained plane of divisions. Estrogen hypothesis also explained the same thing, but this hypothesis unable to explain the plane of divisions. If you observe the internal structure of root, stem and leaves, so these are the tissues arranged sequentially. The first outermost tissue is epidermis, next hypodermis, general cortex, endodermis, pericycle, xylem, phloem, medulla and medullary rays. All these tissues are sequentially arranged one by one. So this is the shoot apical meristem. And second one is root apical meristem. If apical meristematic tissue present at root apex, that is called root apical meristem. So root apical meristem is also called RAM, RAM, root apical meristem. Root apical meristem. Root apical meristem. This is the diagram for root apical meristem. This is the root cap. Usually root cap is usually produced by calyptrogen. This is plerome, peribulum and this is dermatogen. And this structure is quiescent center. It is known as quiescent center. And what is root apical meristem? The apical meristematic tissue present. If the apical meristematic tissue present at root apex is known as root apical meristem. And root apical meristem was explained by estrogen hypothesis. According to estrogen hypothesis, the root apical meristem has different estrogens. And root present in both dicots and monocots. In dicots, the root apical meristem has only 3 estrogens: dermatogen, peribulum and plerome. In dicots, it has only dermatogen, peribulum and plerome. So dermatogen later give rise to epidermis and root cap. And peribulum later give rise to entire cortex region. So cortex region includes hypodermis, endodermis, general cortex and pericycle. And plerome later give rise to stele region. So stele region includes xylem, phloem, medulla. If medullary is present, so that is also includes stele. Generally medullary rays are absent in root apical meristem. So in dicots, the root apical meristem has 3 estrogens: dermatogen, peribulum and plerome. Dermatogen later give rise to epidermis and root cap. Peribulum later give rise to all cortical regions. Cortical region includes general cortex, endodermis and pericycle. And this plerome later give rise to xylem, phloem, medulla and medullary rays. All they are known as stele region. So plerome later give rise to the stele regions. But in monocots, root apex has 4 estrogens: dermatogen, peribulum, plerome and calyptrogen. So dermatogen give rise to only epidermis it gives rise to dermatogen gives rise to only epidermis in case of monocots, and peribulum gives rise to entire cortex region, and pleroma gives rise to entire still region. In monocots, root cap is produced by another estrogen that is known as calyptrogen. It is very important. In dicots, root cap is produced by dermatogen, whereas in monocots, the root cap is produced by another special tissue that is known as calyptrogen. It means calyptrogen present only in monocots, while it is absent in dicots. While dicots, it is absent. In root apical meristem, the shape of root apical meristem is cup shaped due to presence of quiescent center. So what is quiescent center? It is a group of inactive meristematic cells. It is a group of inactive meristematic cells present at center of root apex. That is called quiescent center. And this quiescent center was discovered by, it was observed by Clovis. Generally, meristematic cells are always active, but here some inactive meristematic cells are present. Inactive meristematic cells means they are always not divided. Whenever the root apical meristems require new cells, then only they undergo cell division to produce large number of new cells. That's why quiescent center is also called. It is also called reservoir. It is also called reservoir of meristems. It is also called reservoir of meristems, and it is group of inactive cells. It is group of inactive meristematic cells due to presence of low content of DNA, RNA and proteins. Low content of DNA, RNA and proteins. This point is very important. Quiescent center has low content of DNA, RNA and protein. Due to this, they are inactive group of cells, and this group of inactive meristematic cells are quiescent center. Quiescent center was discovered by Clovis. It is present at center of the root apex. Due to presence of quiescent center, the root apical meristem has cup shape. So these are the two different types of apical meristematic tissues. From this, so meristematic tissues are totally completed.